Hi there, this is Postdoc Chronicles week 113, and today we're talking about the game on the Nintendo Switch, Ori and the Blind Forest. This is the definitive edition, and of course, just very recently, it's a sequel also on the Switch, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. So the nice thing about this game is just like Cuphead, these are published by Microsoft Studios. So before they were only like exclusive on the Xbox, but Microsoft, seeing the success of the Nintendo Switch, they decided to put their games here. So Cuphead is already here. There are rumors, that the Halo series will also be coming on the Switch, which will be very nice to look forward to. But basically, Ori is this, very beautiful, majestic Metroidvania game on the Nintendo Switch, and yeah, I think it's the only Metroidvania on the Switch that can rival Hollow Knight. And I don't say that lightly because Hollow Knight is one of my favorite. I think Hollow Knight is like my favorite Metroidvania game of all time. This I haven't finished yet, but man, it could like if anything can topple Hollow Knight off of that position, it is Ori. So I'm still playing Ori and the Blind Forest. It's very nice, very amazing. The HD rumble effects. If you can't play this on the Switch, not on the Lite, because the HD rumble effects, just like on the Hollow Knight, it's very subtle. It's very nice. Yeah, and yeah, the intro is very sad, and the graphics is so painterly. It reminds me of the games on the OLED PS Vita, like Muramasa and Odin Sphere and Dragon's Crown. Those games with a very painterly background where you can just like take a screenshot, and then the screenshot that you took will look like a painting. These are the games right here. So Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition, Ori and the Will of the Wisp. This is very new right here. I believe there's like an upcoming like what do you call this hard copy physical edition that contains both games. So if you prefer physical edition compared to the digital ones, then go for that. But play this, man, it's very good. But anyway, going to a Post Chronicle. So today I'm gonna talk about my visa renewal experience, because every visa that expires within the lockdown period, so are automatically in South Africa at least, are automatically extended up to October 30. So today is already what, October 12. So it's almost, so my visa is almost gonna expire. So initially the expiry date of my visa is, I believe, around April, so but of course I can't possibly, during that time it was the lockdown, due to the pandemic, I can't possibly renew that because of the lockdown. So the DHA, the Department of Home Affairs, and the VFS, the one that process the visa renewal, they are closed. They were open. They began accepting new applications like a week ago or something like that. And so I had to book the earliest appointment that I can. I went there last week, last Tuesday, and then I gotta say it's like way smoother than compared to the last time I've been there. Last time I've been there's like a lot of people. The connection was very slow, and so on. It took like the whole afternoon. This time it took like less than an hour. Like everything is in place. Of course, I need to wait for the approval. This is the one that will take like, I don't know, 1 or 2 months, and hopefully I told them, hopefully it will come like before Christmas, because I always want to go home for a Christmas break. If not, then I can't go home. Like I have no other choice, because if I do go home and then I still don't have the visa renewal for next year, then I can't come back to South Africa. I have to apply for yet another visa for South Africa, which will again take a long time if I do it in the Philippines. That's why it was nice when the renewal was done here instead. So yeah, so that's it. Like I submitted the documents. I had to go to school, like and do this. There's like an app in App Store where you have like a self-assessment thing to see if you have COVID or not, and then you have to get a permit to get to your department. That's why I don't go there like even during weekdays, because it's a hassle, and again I'm afraid to get sick. So as much as possible, I stay indoors, because all work that I do, like in particle physics, can be done, on the internet. As long as you have internet, then I can access the CERN server and stuff like that. So it's fine. But I had to go there, to print some papers, because I have no printer access here. So I printed the required documents and all those things. I brought it during my appointment, and then now I just have to wait for their announcement when my visa gets approved again, hopefully before December, so that I can at least go home. But if not, then yeah, it's not really under my control, because I couldn't have renewed it earlier again because they just opened last week, So yeah, so that's it. In the actual postdoc last week, I had to prepare two presentations for Atlas. One is on the PMSM, Phenomenological Minimal Supersymmetric Standard Model. Again, it's a mouthful. That's why we have an acronym for it. I presented the updates for event generation from release 19 to release 21. I got it working. I was able to produce events in release 21 using the newer generators that we have. However, I'm yet to touch the merging script because in the old release 19, the different electric processes after they are being produced, they are being merged into a single root file. So I have to do that, and then once I'm able to merge them, then the resulting root file that I have in release 21, I need to validate it against release 19 just to make sure that we're looking at the same physics events, like we're looking at the same thing. So that's the very important step, and I'm gonna do it this week, and then hopefully in 2 weeks, that's like our PMSSM meeting, I'll be able to present some new results. And again, most importantly, also last week I was able to give an update on my Atlas qualification task on the validation of PTHIA 8.3. So I was now able to show some preliminary results on the validation of the Dyer and Vincia shower modes. I showed them that because Simone asked me to reproduce some of the plots from the Dyer and Vincia papers. I did Vincia the first one, but then it didn't look very good. It didn't the plots weren't a match. And again, it's because I was looking at Pythia only, while in the paper they had matching MadGraph plus Pythia. And when Giancarlo in fact spoke to the authors of the paper, and then when Giancarlo saw my plots, Giancarlo said that to me that actually these differences are expected because we can never reproduce the plots that they had because they were using matching. And so he said, so instead of like trying to reproduce the plots from the paper, focus on the internal validation itself of of the Vincia and Dyer. So that's what I'm gonna do again. But again, like Dyer is again giving me a problem when requesting events on the grid. It's still not working. But yeah, I'm gonna try and fix that. And then also we have now the exclusion plots for at least for the no matching case in the MUED. So this week I'm gonna start writing the paper as well, so that the moment we have all the plots, we can submit it to archive directly. We have our goal is to be able to submit that paper, within this year at least, so that we have an MUED paper. But yeah, that's the update. So this week again, I'm gonna write this paper and then continue my QT, the status of my QT as well as the PMSSM. And then again, if I have some extra time, work on the Maverick Top Hunter of Deepak. Like I always feel guilty because I got swamped. Like last week, I wasn't able to go back to the Maverick Top Hunter, but I'll try to go back to it this week, generate some events, and then show Deepak some plots. But anyway, this has been Postdoc Chronicles week 113, 113. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.